Thank you for listening to The Honest Mechanic. If you would like to hear more episodes, please subscribe on Apple, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you are now listening. This week on The Honest Mechanic.
And people don't realize, taking a couple strips of Lysol, those strips, and wiping down the steering wheel, thinking that's going to do it. No, you need to do everything because it's in the air. It's here now. So we have to realize that what we're doing here with this pandemic, this is the new norm. Our lives are forever changed now. People are dying every day. So it's serious. So we need to take this serious, especially when it comes to our vehicles and keeping ourselves clean.
Welcome to another episode of The Honest Mechanic. Glad you could join us, not just on our podcast, but also on YouTube and social media as we conduct our interview on Zoom during this time of social distancing. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and that is going to be our discussion for today, not just keeping us safe and healthy, but also keeping our cars clean and sanitized daily without damaging the interior. I'm Tanya, along with Dave, and our guest for today is Jerald Harris, owner of Cooley Professional Mobile Detailing Service. Hi, Jerald.
Hi, thanks for having me.
This year, I don't think anyone could have predicted what we're going through right now, and it's changed all of our lives. So, Jerald, to start things off, tell us how this pandemic has altered how you've done business detailing cars.
It changed a lot more because of what's going on with the COVID-19. So it's been steady, but I think more people are reaching out now because they see this as necessary. And we wear more masks now, so that's like, sometimes it's hard to breathe when you wear these masks, but it has affected us a little bit. But it also has been a blessing because we have gotten to places who knows we never would have gotten into. As far as the county sheriff's department cleaning their sanitizing their vehicles, disinfecting them. It has its blessings behind it too, but it's also it has us aware of that this world is changed forever.
Now, there are key areas inside your car that need constant cleaning. The most touched areas like the steering wheel, the door handle, and all those other areas of the car that we always touch. Some people might want to use diluted bleach. Is bleach safe? Would you recommend using bleach?
I would recommend using bleach inside of the vehicle because bleach can do, even though it's effective cleaning your cars or cleaning surfaces, but inside your car it's not healthy because it could damage the surface and the material of the car. You put that on a leather seat, bleach on a leather seat is going to stain it. And so I wouldn't recommend that. What I would recommend is putting alcohol on surfaces in the car, not the leather, but on the steering wheel, the dashboard, the turn signal. If you ever look at your turn signal, we look at really, really close and see how much dirt and gunk be on there. So we want to I use alcohol on those things to disinfect those because it does it. What it does is when you soak alcohol, what it does, it breaks down the virus. And so it tears it apart. And so that's why we use alcohol on those type of surfaces that you touch, from the radio to the push button, like the push start. If you ever look at that can be dingy. It's supposed to be white. And so if you see it dingy, that means it's dirty. And it means it has a lot of germs like, hey, come get me. I'm waiting for you. And then we take those germs home to our house.
What percentage of alcohol do you suggest we use?
As long as it's over 60%, 60% to 80%, and somewhere right in there, you're good.
Okay.
That breaks down the virus and tears it up and it destroys it. And that's what you have to realize. Alcohol does work on certain surfaces in the car. So I would tell people that all the time. You can spray alcohol in a little pad and just rub things down, especially when you're coming if you're coming in. Say someone was sick, you don't know someone's sick. You got to pretend like everyone is sick. That's how you got to play it. Everyone's sick. So you always keep your car clean. If your car clean, if you just disinfected it, you have to be clean. Wash your hands. You can stay clean now. Your car clean now. You have to be clean. Like mechanics, we have mechanics that gets out here and they do the oily stains on the cars and stuff like that. They have to wash their hands too, and before they touch their vehicle and stuff.
Yeah. Now, what if you don't have leather seating, but you have fabric in your car? What do you think about using some diluted laundry detergent and water to clean the fabric?
I don't know about laundry detergent. Regular soap, regular soap is good. It don't have to be diluted, but I will put that, as long as it's not too soapy and too much watery. You don't want to put too much excess water on your vehicle, especially when it comes to cleaning the interior, especially with leather and soft seats, because what it can do, it can oversaturate will bring in mildew smell. You smell in the basement, you have that smell in your car.
Now, as far as electronics in your car goes, do you treat that with alcohol as well or Windex? Because a lot of these electronic devices are touch screen.
Right. You have to be careful with touch screen. I would go with soap and water on touch screen. I would use soap and water unless you have a little dab of alcohol, won't hurt it. But over access too much alcohol can hurt and can get into the electronics and it can mess it up. So you don't want to do it too much of that. I would just recommend taking a damp cloth over that with soap on it and wipe that over.
That's good.
It doesn't hurt to remind everybody about safety, talking about mixing chemicals. Don't mix bleach and ammonia.
Yeah, you want to keep it basic simple. Keep it simple because, for a lot of good chemicals, you can go to the EPA. They have very good, registered already good chemicals on the market. If you're looking for something, look them up and go to the registry. And you should be able to find some good quality chemicals that are, some of them are friendly, like Awesome. Awesome is a very good all-purpose cleaner, plus it's a degreaser.
You were talking about how filthy the turn signal can get. What are some other places we tend to overlook?
Well, like I said, the steering wheel, turn signal, the radio knobs. So those right there, especially once you turn, once you turn, those could need to be cleaned a lot because it's even the heater, the air conditioner, all those knobs right there need to be wiped down and sanitized too. Exactly with the gear shift. Everybody touches the gear shift. You have to put the gear shift and drive. And a lot of times, the gear shift, whether it's on the floor or whether it's on the wheel, it's pretty bad. So those things right there, those are probably the ones that people don't really pay attention to the most. And in the visor, the head visor above the driver's side and the passenger side, those always have makeup stains on them and grease stains and all types of things on them. So those two right there has to be wiped down because we're constantly touching that. We're looking down, taking the sun out of our eyes. We're looking at women like to look at the makeup. They all in traffic, looking to see if they got their little pretty on, So my lips popping, and they all got.
Let's talk about people with families. There's a lot of traffic going in and out of cars. My family, for example, we're always on the go, always on the move. And this is a bad habit that we can possibly break during this time. We always go to the drive-thru. And of course, we eat in the car.
Well, I would put car seats, not car seat, but car seat covers over some of those seats because, or even you can lay towels down. You can lay towels, bath towels that you're really not using, they're old. You can put them on the floor, and that way you can save or just invest in some winterizing techs for the car mats. And I would say that it has saved a lot of people, some of the cars that I do, when it has kids saturated with all this candy and McDonald's fries. And one of the things I can't stand is a little goldfish. Boy, if I see another goldfish, they're everywhere. Those things.
There goes our sponsor.
Them goldfish have me on 10. Goldfish and dog hair. If you have dogs, please get them groomed, man. Dog hair is everywhere.
That's just such an interesting point of view because, I don't have a dog or any pets, but that's not even a thought to me. But, that's a great point, too, whereas in the family car, they got, 2-3 dogs. And dog, that's like you said, dog hair and things like that in the car, and that's a major thing in the home. But in the car, oh yeah, it's like I was just had an epiphany, oh yeah,
yeah,
so
it's
that's
everywhere.
A great point.
Yeah, I love cleaning cars, but dog hair, hey, it makes me want to be, hey, it gets you frustrated sometimes because it's so hard to get out. It's so hard.
more about some of your clients. You said you clean cars for the local police department here in Aurora, Illinois, and other non-essential service vehicles.
Well, I mean, like I say, we do a lot of cleaning. I'm blessed and I'm fortunate enough to be good at what I do, and I appreciate everyone who has ever used Cooley Detail Services. And I can go up down the line, and sometimes when I look and see those comments, so many being satisfied with my work, it just makes my heart bubble with pride because I take pride in clean cars. And when I first started doing cars, we did it from I do the cars for the mayor of Aurora. I've done his cars, a couple of them. I do all the businessmen cars. I do a couple of entertainer cars. We do a lot, like I said, King County. We do every squad car you see, and it's Illinois State Troopers. I mean, I can go down a list, of so many people that I have been blessed to be able to do their cars. People used to laugh at me when I was a kid doing cars, because they thought it was a joke, But those same people are now here. It is 20 years later asking me for a job. So it's amazing transition, put it that way.
Was it anybody that was like a role model?
I had a struggle because I wasn't going to do a vehicle.
Okay. Why choose? Why detailing? What was it that got you into this avenue, this niche of working with a car? And was it somebody that you saw that had a similar business that was, and then, with your experience of like you said, you've been there, done that as far as the brick and mortar,
right?
Was it somebody that you saw? What was it that you saw that got you motivated to enter that business?
Well, like I told Tanya, I started as a kid. When I was a kid, I was just watching my uncles. They used to have these nice cars growing up in Chicago, South Side of Chicago, and I seen that. I was like, man, I fell in love with their cars, and they always was washing them down, making them look good. Yep. And I said, when I get older, I'm gonna have me a clean car, So it was already embedded in me as a kid. And when I got older, I started getting nice cars, and I had to clean them up. I'll clean them up, and there it just took off the detailing business because I saw that I was good at this, and I knew that I can honestly make a living off of this. And and I love making people smile when they see. I like to take things that once was and bring them back to restore them back again.
Wow, that is so powerful. So you're seeing your uncles not only having a car, but the types of cars that they had, and then caring about it. Yeah,
right. They had some nice cars. I mean, the top of the line, little Road Runner, beep on the side of them. They had some Cutlasses. I mean, they were nice. They were like almost brand new cars back then. So I saw that, and I was like, man, this is what I need to be doing. And it didn't really hit me till when I first came back home from the penitentiary. It was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I went in. I had a few people that that I worked with who trained me to be good, and I surpassed them. So yeah.
So the people that trained you, have they seen your success? Have they seen you?
They see it every day, and they're proud of the success. And one of them's down in Atlanta right now. And I went down and seen how he was. This is a guy that trained me. We worked together side by side and showed me the ropes, and now I surpassed him. So
that's amazing.
He's like, man, yeah.
That is wow, bro. I'm so super glad to hear your story, and just, man, it's completely inspiring just to know that, to see somebody that taught you and that you surpassed them. That's the real definition of success, is realizing your potential and finding something that you're passionate about.
The teacher, he already told me. He said, man, because I would run his whole place when he leaves. I would run the whole place. I'd do all the cars. I used to get up in the morning at 5 a.m. and go in there, and we supposed to start to be there at 8. I'll get there early, and I'll beat the other guys, for getting working on the cars. They'll get there at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and I had done 2 cars by myself. They look at me like, whoa. What happened? What happened? I didn't get here to get this money. That's what happened. My drive was on another level.
Yeah, man. But I see that though. With passion will drive you to take action, and it's something that convicted by. You know what I mean? Something that you enjoy doing. It wasn't, man, I got to do these cars. No, I get to do these cars. Like you said, I got there early, and that drove your action,
right,
and caused you to have a different action from the other people. It was a job to them, but it was a purpose to you.
Yeah. Well, when I was incarcerated, I mean, I went to prison for 25 years for armed robbery. Yes, I made a mistake. I make no quarrels about what I did. I mean, that's who I used to be, but this is who I am now. I learned from my mistakes. When I got out of there, I was putting my plan together before I came out though. And so I put my plan together, everything I wanted to do. I want to write books. I want to be a cook. I want to own my own business. I want all this. I want a big house in the sky. I want all these things. And people look at me like I was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? You can't do all of that. So I hate someone to tell me when I can't do something. That, 'cause I have been successful my whole life, whether I've been playing sports and I sat on the bench. I still worked my tail off and became successful because people was like, you can't play, you can't start on our team. You're no good. So I said, okay. I worked 4 years later, I'm starting on the team. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a mindset. When people say I can't do something, that's even triggered me more than want to do it. And so when I came out, I had all these big hopes and dreams, man. And it was tough, but I was able to get them one by one just by putting the work in, And the first thing I think people have to understand is believing in yourself and believing in your talent. And I believe in myself, and I understand my talent, and I understand my purpose now. So when you can put all those things together, your passion is like unstoppable. There's nothing you can't do. No, I don't care what they talk about over here, what them people here talking about. You know where you're going because you have that desire, and it's in the heart. You have to be able to push forward, and enjoy the journey. It's going to be some ups and downs. It ain't all been peaches and cream. People look at me and say, oh, man, you got 4 books. Okay, here's 1 book. Here's 2 books. Here's 3 books. Here's 4 books. Yeah, all that's good, dandy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm out here doing what's right. And that's what matters the most to me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm coming out here and doing my passion, doing my purpose, And so that means more than anything. And that's how I got here, with just hope and determination.
Wow. That is incredible.
I've been here 7 years. I've been home 7 years. And I have created, and that's not all I do. I do we have Sons of Tomorrow, which you can see in the background. Sons of Tomorrow is my mentoring program where we turn young boys into men. I travel across the country. I speak in schools.
Oh, my goodness.
I do speaking in the King County Jail where I mentor and facilitate a class that I invented called Rise. So it's so many things that we're doing out here. And I'm an activist in the community with On the Move. That's my foundation. And so we help the homeless. We give back to the ones who's in need. We give scholarships to young Black boys and girls to go to school, college, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, that I do besides just detailing cars,
Wow. I am so blown away by everything you just shared just now. Oh, my goodness. People, if y'all are listening, watching, whatever, streaming, please don't just hear it. Hear everything what he just shared and just talked about and apply it to your life. I'm telling you, man, hope and determination is the recipe, and believing in yourself, man. It sounds, you hear it every day on the timeline and think, I get that, but man, you got to apply that and put it into your life, man. That's super powerful, bro.
And be ready, and always be ready. If you be ready, you don't have to worry about getting ready. So that's so positive and so true. You have to be ready for whatever.
Yes, sir.
Now, Jerald, you're in Aurora, Illinois. That's a city outside of Chicago for those who are listening and are not in Chicago. All of the counties we talked about, Will County, Kane County, that is considered part of the Chicago metropolitan area. This is where Jerald is. This is where he's located. So for people who want to get more information about your business or want to get in contact with you, where would you direct them?
They can go to www.cooleydetails.com, or they can call 331-212-0172. That is my number for Cooley Details. And if you want to get those books, Black Rain Outside My Window, you can go to Amazon and purchase that, and just follow me on Instagram, Cooley, I am Cooley the Pen. I am Cooley the Pen on Instagram, and on Facebook, I'm under Jerald Harris, and you can find me on Facebook on Cooley Details.
Once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. You gave us some great pointers. Any final thoughts? Like, keep your car clean?
Well, since we talk about cars, a good car. No, don't say that, because if they wouldn't be calling me. I love dirty cars. That is my quotation. I love dirty cars. Call Cooley Details.
Anything you want to close with, Dave?
Wow. I just my takeaway is just the what you shared, man, in the hope and determination and finding what you're good at, and believing in yourself, and always staying ready. That was such a practical thing that you can do with whatever's around you now. And man, that's the awesome takeaway that I think all of us can apply and evolve with.
Thank you for listening to The Honest Mechanic. If you would like to hear more episodes, please subscribe on Apple, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you are now listening.